Many traders and investors in the crypto market are suggesting that the bull market is over. But you can see that the market has a long way to go. Last time we had a similar drop, we consolidated and let the moving average come closer to that of the price. So this is what we can anticipate this time too. And as the market goes higher, you need to understand this. 4 days back, in one of my videos, I told you guys this is a possibility based on the history, right? This happened back in 2016, 2017. So we were expecting that to happen here. And right now, you look at the market, it's moving something similar, right? It is moving based on the history. So now we have to agree that the historical factors do play along. What's more important here is understanding these concepts and bringing them into your trading and investing arena so that you can maximize your gains when the market is rebounding. This altcoin market cap shows that we are still in wave 1 and right now going through the corrective consolidation. And if you remember from March 1st, I was highlighting this, I was really saying this, that we may enter into a consolidation range based on the historical patterns. Now that we are entering into such an arena, we need to look at XRP as an asset. What's it doing right now? It also shows similar story, just it's a bit more scaled than the last cycle. Now let's go and check through each details and factors so that we can understand how this is really going to unfold, what really is happening in the market. We need to actually understand this stuff, right? So when you look at these, it's kind of clear where we are headed towards. If you have been here from some time, at least you have seen even worse, right? 67% is a bad correction, I agree, but we have seen even worse. So those who have been here are now numb to all these stuff, but market needs more. The market will take more from you so that you remain in the market. Those who are leveraged trading crypto, a lot of them would be wiped out now. We were anticipating a retest of the tops, and right now we are doing that in BTC dominance. So when the market is dropping 10%, BTC is dropping only 8%. So that's what you see here. It's not BTC going directly to the upside. Now, what is this concept which you need to understand here? Now, this is something really basic which can be used. Any of you can actually do this. Don't say technicals. It's kind of really hard. This is really easy to execute. Look at this. Last time when we reached the all-time highs, we dropped like 48%. Say this time we reached 57%. In the RSI, you see similar pattern. You just connected the highs and the lows. Now you see a breakout to the downside. You can see the RSI moving rapidly to the downside. And you had something similar back in 2016. Fine. Now, when you look at this one, altcoin market cap on a weekly, you can see something different. Now, what I'm trying to illustrate here is the 50-day moving average, which is this yellow line, from which the move of price is measured. Say 278% higher here. Here, 253%. So that was in wave 1. Then we consolidated back to the moving average. Fine. But next time, when we entered into wave 2 or wave 3, which is really the euphoric action in the market, we went like 789%, say 800% above the moving average at a time. And then we corrected back little, consolidated there, and then went to the upside again. So that's like 700% move to the upside again. So considering that, where are we right now? We are like, if you consider the first move and a little bit of consolidation there, that's 300%. The next time, it's 280% here. So we haven't actually moved much higher. Look at this one first. 278 and then 253. So this looks something similar, 361 and 281. It's just a little bit more scaled than this one. So the next wave can be topping like 800-900% above the moving average. So that's wave 2. Then wave 3 can do that again. Now what's surprising with XRP is that, say, first time within that wave 2 mark day, we moved 1143% above the moving average. Next time when we did that, we moved like 1600%. After which the third wave was 1500%. So it was something similar to that of the top of wave 2, right? Now you consider this. We had a breach to the upside once and it was like 230%, and if you plot here it's like 130%. Great. Now look at what's happening in the market right now. Here what you see is 245% and then 430%. So again, it's something really similar to that of what the altcoin market cap is showing you, a scale view of what happened back in last cycle. So put that into perspective with the RSI. You went up, you had a little bit overextension here, but it was only 245%. Right now, you didn't get much of a strength, but you extended to 430%. Now when you come back and correct down, considering this one, wave 1, you come back to the moving average. XRP didn't come back to the average during wave 2 or wave 3, but for wave 1 we went through that phase. If you consider this one, we came back, corrected 65%, but we didn't actually touch the moving average. Again, we corrected back 67% here, we didn't touch the moving average. So if we are to bounce from this level, which should be the long-term support line from here, because we were resisted here at 0.77, 0.78, 1, 2, 3 times, and then the fourth time we actually broke above that one, now coming back and retesting that one. Now we were anticipating 0.9 to hold, being frank, but this is the market, this is how it actually happens, because when you count the ABC correction, you don't actually know where it is going to go. Now what you can do is look at the trend and understand what's the support area they like. Even here back in 2021, early 2021 or December 2020, that phase when we were in a consolidation, we wicked way lower but came back and closed there. Right now the price is doing something similar, meaning we dropped 67% till the bottom of the wick from the top of the wick here. So buyers came in the market and pushed the price back up, or sellers were taking their profits, so that the supply demand equation is being matched up and it's moving higher into this trading range where the trend line support is still moving to the upside. So when you notice this one, first correction, that's the COVID crash back in March, was like 66-67%. Right now we have something similar, 67%, but in between, the SEC crash, it's kind of 77%. So the market sentiment is way better than SEC crash right now, which is happening due to the market cycle, because this is a cyclic market. If you agree with me or not, this is a cyclic market. Now you can actually look at XRP in terms that it is compared with that of BTC, right? So when you look at that one, we kind of clearly understand we are moving to the upside. We haven't actually created a new higher high here, so we are actually waiting to go above that 4,500, 4,300 Satoshis mark there to get above this range. So hopefully as we go above, you need to retest some support levels. So if you are checking the support levels, this was a previous support here. Now we are retesting that one, right? We are here. So once we break above this, that's when you see a momentum. Now when the entire market is moving down, it's really hard to actually get that confidence buy in dips now, which I'm personally doing in some of the assets, and I'm informing my patrons which asset I'm buying, where I'm buying, those kind of stuff. Why? Because when you have a 67% drop like this, when you go back to the price level of that $1.9 mark from the here, That's like 300% gain there. Understand this. When you buy at 0.6 and go back to 1.9 there, you are like 300% up. The price need to go like 200% in profit. So now you are 300% total, right? So these ideas are so easy to understand, but you just need to spend an additional 10 minutes to digest this one. Just to take you guys to understand one stuff. Now, yeah, we are in a volatile market. We are going up, we are going down. It's crazy. But do understand that at the same time, in your fiat currencies, it's being hit hard with the inflation in different economies with scale, and small economies, they are being impacted. So in an asset, it's way better to be in an asset to store your wealth. At least you can preserve it, and then you can grow it. So that's what you are looking at. Now, say this tweet from Benjamin Cohen is kind of interesting. He's comparing last 4 cycles of BTC. Why this is interesting? Because a lot of people, when they look at BTC, say for example, they just go in, type in BTC and then just take USD chart. And what they see here is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. So they don't actually see that 4 complete cycles. Whereas here, he highlights that. This is the first one. This is second. Third is the yellow one. And right now, the fourth one, you can see we got extended a little bit first time. Then we came back down, corrected back to the same level. Then we are moving higher. Now, do understand, there is a difference, right? Wave 1 was here. Wave 2 was a little bit more declined. Wave 3 was even more declined. But wave 4 right now is kind of in between that wave 2 and wave 3. So as we move further, now based on history, we should be below this line, right? So we may consolidate, we may correct, we may consolidate here and then move up if it's to move up. Now, he is pointing out to the idea that it may extend at least to 2022, maybe 2023. So that's like, at least some of 2022 towards late 22, which he's pointing out. Now, this is kind of a little bit logical when you are looking since the bottom, right? Now, you can actually go back to XRP chart and then look at from the bottom what you're still doing here. Now, we actually checked about the percentage of fluctuation first to understand how it's actually performing in the market, right? So now, right now, when you are looking at this, you need to understand we have actually done better. We were moving way higher, but we only took like 300 days to reach there. Now, this time, if we are moving from here, that 300 days means the end of this year. But how many of you guys would be still there in this market, understanding that these dips are familiar and it's going to come again and again until you move out? Because those who are leveraged in this market will be treated like this. Now, if you heard me clearly, understand again, if you are leveraged in such an asset class, which is the riskiest asset class which we can enter into right now, that's like, you're putting your money just directly into a base where you're going to fire it right now. So your fiat would be burnt, just like a play money. You are just entering there. Like, you don't want to do that. If you want to preserve your cash, if you want to preserve your money and grow it, you need to understand and learn as investors. Now, consider this one. This is so easy to understand. This is the moving average here, right? When we went to the upside, we got overextended to the upside once, twice. We did that repeatedly until the market was saying, okay, I can't take more of this price increase, the inflation in XRP price during that phase, right? Now, when the price is coming to the downside, consider the same. This is the average and you got extended to this level. You came back, retested the average. Then again, you went back and capitulated to a new bottom and then again came back to retest that one. Then the trend kind of changed. The market sentiment moved from bearish to bullish. Now, here at first, you got extended a little bit from the average. So if you want to take that into account, say here at first, we moved up like 46% above the moving average. Second time, we moved higher like 257% from the moving average. Then both of these times we came back, hit the moving average, and then continued higher. So in this case here at the top, if you are taking it from the moving average, we kind of did 448% as I highlighted. So each time when we are coming back down and moving back up, it's getting overextended, right? So next time when you're going back up, if it's something above this 400%, say for example we are consolidating here, we move by the end of June or early July, say we are somewhere here in moving average and extend that one, we are near the all-time highs, even if it just follows this one. Now if it follows this similar pattern, it would be somewhere near 600-700%. So that's like our next short-term movement can be up to $4. And where are you right now? 0.8. Now that's profits, right? You are looking at 5 times your money by that area. Now not everyone understands this correctly when they see a dip in the market like 67% to the downside, because what they see there is red days. Now yes, red days will always be there because you buy when there is blood in the street, meaning even if it's yours, you need to consider that, otherwise you just lost. If you sell the position here, you had accepted that you can't bear the loss here. Now you put in $1,000, you came back 67% down, and that's it, your money is gone. Instead, if you have time, if you can pay time to the market, you are getting back that money with the profits. Those who are in this market cycle with me knows where I have closed my position. Say we were one among them who were able to close somewhere near the top. Now yeah, we didn't get exact top at 1.97. We managed to get 1.91, and I informed my patrons in the from tier 4 in the alerts, right? Then we started buying it back. Now I agree, we were thinking that this is the bottom, like 1.9, that was the bottom. But you know that ABC pattern which we played out, we kind of pushed here. That's where you can't get the calculated guesses, right? You can only look at the long-term supports and say what's the possibility there. So this one is kind of saying we have a support range which is 0.7, but look at this, the price came back down to 0.65. So that actually depends on which chart, which exchange you are looking at. So for example, if you are looking at XRP USD chart on CoinMarketCap, you're kind of going there and seeing 0.65, fine, great. And then, you know, it actually depends on some exchanges which shows different ratings. So here you see 0.67, 0.66. So there has been a difference between both of them, right? Still, both agrees on one stuff, which is that the market has went way lower than that. It kind of reached the close here, right? The price just closed here and we reached near that one. So market gets overextended because of the psychology of a lot of guys who don't actually understand what's happening over the economy, over the market, any kind of investments. If they are sound with their money, they now know that the market gets overextended, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. And if you can understand these, you can take benefit of it. When it's getting extended, overextended to the downside, if you have dry powder, you can buy in. When it's getting overextended to the upside, you can sell it, right? So as we just saw here, next time when we move up, understand 1000% is extended. 1600% is overextended, right? So wave 1, it's something like this. Wave 2, wave 3, it's something like this. If you keep this in mind and follow history, take profits, you are gonna take some of the money aside as dry powder. When it dips, if you want to buy back, you can buy, or you can use this increased purchasing power into another asset or another asset class. So guys, if you are receiving value, please do support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you have done that, cheers. If you want to look at these kind of charts and updates for your portfolio, which would be bleeding right now, and if you would like to restructure, rebalance your portfolio based on assets which have topped out, which is nearing the top, and you want to move into a different asset which is kind of still at the bottom and have wave 2 upside, you can consider the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.